What's going on, guys? This is the BYU in Colorado versus BYU Valero Alamo Bowl post-game show. We just finished watching it. We see this gentleman here, Kirk Travis Hunter, is his um, last game at Colorado. His last game as a college football player. He's headed to the NFL draft. He's going to be the top 3 pick in the NFL draft. I take my hats off to BYU, man. They played a really good game, and in fact, they at both teams they played their starters to the duration of the game. I thought they were going to take. I thought Colorado was going to take their starters out, but they pretty much played the whole game. Um, and they did what they said they were going to do. They said they were going to play the whole game, and that's what happened. So they did. Um, But yeah, you say you got some serious work to do on both lines. Yeah, it's definitely going to be some work in the off season, because it's going to be some work in the off season because you're losing Travis Hunter. It's like you losing 2 players. For me, the player of the game for Colorado was Shiloh Sanders. Shiloh Sanders, he did very well today. He really improved his draft grade in my opinion. He's a solid he's a solid safety, and he did very well today. Let me just. So the score ended 36-14. Ideally, when the game is like that, I would love to see them play their bench players so they can have some momentum for next year, but they didn't do that really. But just looking at, so it was 36-14. Colorado, they ended 9-4. BYU ended the season 11-2. Looking at the player stats for BYU, Jake Retzlaff, he was 12 for 21, 151 yards. No touchdowns, though, with 2 interceptions. Jerry Bohannon had an interception. So he didn't have any really touchdowns. LJ Martin, though, 17 carries, 93 yards, 2 touchdowns. And their other running back that scored a touchdown was Sion Moore. He scored a touchdown as well. Their receiving was pretty balanced. No touchdowns from the receiving core for BYU. A lot of their scores came from the running game today. 3 of their scores came from the running game, and they also had a run back as well, a punt return. Yeah, the punt return, had a touchdown there for the punt return. So, and Will Farron, their kicker, he had 12 points just himself. He was 3 for 3. His longest was 54 yards. So they really played a balanced attack, BYU. Take my hat off to them. Shedeur was 16 for 23, 208 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Michael Welch, 5 carries, 25 yards. So that's been the story all season, is the running game as well. Just total, let's just minus out Shedeur. They had a total of, 10 carries the whole game. So they gotta work on that for next season as well. There's a lot to go back to the drawing board on. Travis had 4 receptions for 106 yards, 1 touchdown. The only other touchdown came from Savell Smalls as far as receiving touchdown. So yeah, so that's what happened there. So they, like I said, it's bittersweet. I remember when Travis first got to Jackson State, and I remember after that season, after they lost the bowl game, him and Shedeur had a moment, and then Travis waited a while. Then he said he's coming to Colorado, and here it is. This is it for him. He's on to the next level. Now, as far as where he's going, we're going to talk about that later on, where he's going. Some people seem to think it's going to be New England, so we're going to see. But I'm glad nobody got hurt. Will Shepherd was motionless for a minute, but he was okay. Yeah, for the most part, I didn't want nobody to get hurt. Shedeur took a beating in this game. I honestly think, for me personally, they should have took him out in the third quarter because the game was out of reach. This kid is guaranteed, the top 3 picks, that bonus money is guaranteed in the NFL. So he got 50, $60 million on the line. So I know they took out a huge insurance policy, but still, I would love to see them put the backups in, because the game was out of reach. But I understand why. This is the last game that he's going to be playing with his dad. He's played with his dad his whole life. His dad was his coach his whole life. So this is an emotional time for them. So I understand why he wanted to play that whole game, because he ain't gonna have another opportunity. We will see Shedeur again play one more time in the East-West Shrine Bowl game. I'm surprised he's playing in that, but I heard he is. And a few other wide receivers and people on defense for Colorado. So we're gonna look at that East-West Shrine Bowl game too. But so yeah. So they got a lot to look at. It's almost like they got to rebuild the team. It's kind of weird because this is going to go into their third year, but their third year is going to be another rebuilding year because they're losing a lot of people on the team. So they're losing a lot of people. So with that being said, that they got to rebuild again, and yeah, they got to rebuild again. And because, like I said, losing Travis, that's like losing 2 people, and you're losing Shiloh as well, and Silman Craig. Shiloh played a really good game today. Shiloh, he got an interception, even though they didn't call it. But he had two, technically he had 2 interceptions, but they called a penalty on it. He played a really good game. He was at the ball. He has very good instincts for the ball. He was always on the play. He was always there. You always seen his jersey there. In my mind, he played up today. He's going to get drafted. Some people say between the 4th and 6th round, you should see his name called. But his name is going to get called between the 4th, 6th round or something like that. It don't matter where you get drafted, but he's going to get drafted. I would love to see him, of course. I'm a Jets fan. We need help. I would love to see him there, but wherever he end up, he's going to end up. But he played one hell of a solid game today. He probably played the best game of his season today. I would have loved to see more of. See, we were missing Hillgreen. He was really missed today. I understand maybe Alabama paid him a bag, but I thought he was going into the draft. That's what I thought, but maybe he I don't know. But I didn't know he had any more eligibility left, but it was missed today. He was missed. But I would like to see more of JB, though. I didn't realize he was that big and fast. He got bigger. It looked like he got taller and bigger, but he's a real fast linebacker. So hopefully they put some work with him in the off season, to get some training in the off season to get ready for next season. Because I like him in Wester as well. Wester's another good solid linebacker. So their room looks good next year, but I would like to see them two get a lot of the reps next year. So we'll see. Obviously the trenches need a little beef. So they got some work in the off season to bring some people in. However, they need some whales in Boulder to put some money into that NIL. I mean, to that collective. Because I heard Travis was paying multiple players salaries this year. It shouldn't be that way. They got to have the whales up there to put that money in there, and to bring the beef up there. Because you need, to compete at this level. You see how big BYU trenches were? That's what you need. And they just got the physicality. Just got even though I like the block bully though, I did like him. He played a really good game actually. So I like what he had brought to the table. He played a solid game as well. Chidozie did. Really solid game from Chidozie today. But yeah, but the thing is, they just got the Shedeur. They just he shouldn't have took a beating in this game. I would have took him out by the third quarter. It ain't no way my number 1 draft pick taking a beating. And his leg was hurt. He got $1 million legs. You know what I'm saying? Like at this point. But hopefully he's okay. It's just that his knees hit the turf. So we know if you ever played on turf, that hurts. Yeah, I think he does have a future making an NFL team. But we're gonna see what the off season look like. We'll see what his pro day look like. I don't know where he's gonna see what his pro day look like. You said, did the Mormons evangelize the Samoans? They probably did because they had a lot of Samoans on them trenches. So maybe that did happen. They always had Samoans up at BYU ever since Ty Detmer was there. Yeah, the Samoans, they always been there. It's just that Colorado needs some of them. They need some of the beef to come up in there. But you got to go hunt the beef. You got to go find them. You got the West Coast, you got Hawaii, you got Texas, wherever they hanging at. You know what I'm saying? That's where you go get them. But yeah, man, other than that, I like the fact, you know what I like though? I like the fact that everybody played their starters in this game. Yeah, they ain't have no protection, Linda, not today. No protection for him. He should have took him out in the third quarter. Because when Shedeur had the last hit he took, when he laid there for a minute, I said, oh my God, yo, why they got him in the game, man? But I get it. This is the last time he get to see his boy play for him. So I get it. And Shedeur didn't want to come out the game. See, with that type of player, you have to make him come out the game because he's not coming out. So, like that. But I like that they played their starters, man. I think that should be a little bit more of a thing, take an insurance policy out and, play because the fans want to see it for the last time. So, but yeah, man, I appreciated that part that they allowed their seniors and starters to play. BYU did the same thing. Their starters played to the end as well. You said, nah, he making the NFL, bro. I saw what I saw today. Yeah, he had a very good game. He had the best game out of everybody. Him and Travis. Of course, Travis is Travis, but no, 2-12 is not sitting. That's what I'm saying. You have to take them out of the game, because they're not coming out. But you got to understand something there. They got a career ahead of them. I don't want to see them get hurt, but they didn't get hurt, so they finished the game, so it's all good. There ain't really much more to say about it. But BYU was they were better. They were the better team. That's all. It happens. You win some, you lose some. You just got to go back to the drawing board and come back at it next season. But the only problem is they got to rebuild because they losing a lot. They losing a lot right now. Hey, DJH. Yeah, they losing a lot. So now it's the next man up. It's the next man up. But it's going to be a rebuilding. See, it's kind of weird because, the reason why it's like that is because when Coach Prime took over the team, he had to do a total rebuild. And then in year 2, they did really well, right? But then in year 3, it's another rebuild because you're losing, both Sanders brothers. You're losing Travis, Silman Craig, Chidozie not coming back. It's just a lot you're losing. Jimmy Horn is gone. These are some really good players, so you got to replace them. So hopefully next man up, people come in and step up. So, but yeah, they taking a huge hit right now. So it just got to rebuild, man, and come on back. But I do like some of the players. I wanted to see some of the other receivers play in the game. I would have loved to see them get a shot. and play in the game, but it didn't happen. I mean, when the game is out of reach, I want to see the other players, because that what happens is that build upon for next season. But the problem is Travis wasn't coming out that game. He just wasn't coming out. You would have had to literally just like hold him down, because he's not coming out that game, man. He's a gamer. You see what I'm saying? So Travis, only thing is he just gotta, clear his mind and get ready for the draft. That's it. Get ready for the draft and have a good off season. And that's pretty much it. Now, no, the NFL is going to be different for Shedeur. The NFL is going to, his game is going to look different. Now, first of all, the team that's drafting Shedeur, they obviously need a quarterback, right? Okay, so you address the quarterback situation. Number two, you have to address the offensive line for him. You do. He needs protection. He's mobile. He can run when he needs to, but he needs protection. And that's how he'll develop from there. That's how they'll develop the team around him. Yeah, he have grown men on that old line. This is going to be different for him. He's going to be having grown ass men on. I mean, they got mortgages due on that offensive line. So he should fare very. He's gonna reach his full potential in the NFL. Definitely. Cam Ward too, because those are top two quarterbacks that's going to be taking him and Cam Ward. They going first. And how about that? They both got the same quarterback coach. Now, the quarterback coach, his price just went off the roof. His price just went up. And he got the Virginia Tech quarterback that's up and coming. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you said who scored touchdowns for CU? Travis and Savell Smalls. Travis and Savell Smalls. So I know Coach Prime really wanted this bowl game because he hasn't won a bowl game yet, but that's got to be in the future. They just got to focus on the off season, bringing the people in, and that's pretty much it. You work from there. But they got some quality quarterbacks coming in. They sure do. So it's going to be a little competition in that quarterback room. But they got all. That's where it starts, the quarterback. So they got a quarterback. They got two of them, arguably three, right? And they got to address the trenches one more time, because they losing some people in the trenches too. A couple of people that came in. I don't know if they got any more eligibility left, but they got to address that. They are bringing some people in for the trenches, and that's pretty much it, man. Roll for next season. Yeah, unfortunately for year three, Jennifer, they gotta bring in some more people because they losing a lot. Travis is losing a lot. You lose him, you're losing a lot. Although his brother is up and coming, I will be heavily recruiting him because they play the same. I've been watching him. I've been watching his highlights. That's a young Travis over there. And they about the same height now. He had a growth spurt. So I don't know what year he in high school, but you might want to go get him. That's a legacy player right there. You might want to go get him. But it takes a while to build up your high school players, and they did. You see what they're doing with the high school players that they have now that came in. They building them up. So it take a little bit of while to get some seasoning under their belt, which they got this season. So are you a retired coach? He says state champions, grandmother too. University of Houston and Texas Tech. I know sports. Okay, go Debbie. Okay. You a former football coach? Let me see if we got the post game. Damn, did I miss it? Wait a minute. Let me go back. Yeah, I think I did. Well, let me see. He's probably still addressing the team and trying to get himself together. Because before the game, the announcer was like, "Well, how do you feel? This your last game with your kids?" He couldn't talk. He started breaking up like he's getting ready to cry. He couldn't talk. So I know this is emotional for him right now. You said what happened to Sapp tonight? I heard he stayed back in college. What? Nah, he was at the game. You didn't see him on the sidelines? DJH, where is it on at? Which channel have the let me see. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you.
Your father, Cam, you coming from Jack State. I just appreciate you guys coming for one, and that's all I really want to say. No questions for me.
Questions front.
I've got two questions for Shedeur. First off, can you allow yourself to feel some of those same emotions your father's talking about, or are you too much of a competitor to, you're mad about what happened out there tonight?
What emotions are you speaking of?
As far as like this being your last game playing, for your father.
Yeah, I mean, the reality and all that hasn't kicked in yet, so we're just focused on what happened out there and how to fix it and go in the off season and know how to prepare and get back healthy.
And the second question for you is you talked this week about trying to figure out that BYU defense and how tough it was going to be. Obviously, they were really good tonight. What was it about their defense that was tough for you guys to figure out?
Well, we started to identify and we started to get the rhythm of things, but we just wasn't connecting overall, and that's what stopped us overall as ourselves.
Hey, Coach Shedeur and Bail Weishaupt. How has it been having the new recruits be with the team this week, and what do you think the importance of giving them that experience is?
It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful seeing the guys come in with a hunger. They kind of caught on how we get things done. I know I talked to one guy. I was like, all right, it's your first time getting yelled at by Coach Prime, so you getting broke in. So, but these guys come in. They way more humble than I thought. These guys very quiet, just trying to listen and learn everything. So I'm be so happy for these guys coming in. They're gonna do some big things.
Middle, front.
For Kim and Shedeur, just what has it meant the last 2 years, to put on the black and gold and represent CU?
It meant everything. It's meant everything. Just to be here and be able to play on this wonderful tradition. Play for Miss Peggy, play for all these wonderful fans. It's been everything. Just to grind again with my coach, man. Grind again with my Coach Prime, Coach Hart, Coach Mathis. These guys, I've been with these guys for a minute, so it means a lot to be successful with these guys one last time.
It felt great representing Colorado and bringing it back to where it was in the past. And we kind of, I'll say, relayed the foundation of the program. So now it's able for the other players that's coming in to take off and pick up where we left off at.
For Shedeur and Coach Prime, where did you feel like you struggled offensively tonight? Was there anything they were doing specifically?
Everywhere. Yeah, it was nothing that we did great tonight.
Ditto.
questions for the group? Middle.
Sir, I can hear you.
Get in the mic, please.
Tonight aside, the 2 years that you guys have had here, how will you look back? This is basically, because you're coming back, so this is for Shedeur and Cam. How will you remember your time in Colorado? I know you talked about what an impact, but how will you remember it when you look back?
I think about the work. I think about the brothers, man, the brotherhood we built. I love those guys in the locker room with all my heart. They mean a lot to me. So I think about the brotherhood when I look back on it in the way that we bond and had so much fun.
I think time away would, because right now we're all in a situation and we just came from a loss, so that's kind of what's on the forefront of our minds. But I'll say, within the next week, and when we're all separated, when we're all not together anymore, then I feel like I'll go back and be able to think about those times.
Hey, Coach. Nikki Edwards, Hughes Sports Report. When you look at the work your coordinators did this year, Pat Shermer and Robert Livingston, what would you say about their body of work and their resumes stepping into these new roles?
They did a wonderful job. I'm proud of them. I love them to life. They know how to communicate with all our young men. They really put them in positions for them to be extremely successful. And I love where we're headed. I'm proud of those two. Not just those two, the whole staff. And I'm pretty sure a couple of them going to come in my office about elevation because people are going to want them on their staffs. And that's what we're here for. We're here to advance people. Either get terminated or elevated. It's going to be one of the two sooner or later.
Question second row.
Coach Harrison Simeon, Scobo Sports. A 9-4 season, a Heisman winner, and plenty other accomplishments and improvements across the board from year 1 to year 2. What do you think that you've established in the program that you can carry on and take the team to the next level?
Expectation. We've established expectation. So now you expect us to perform a certain way. You expect us to win. You expect us to be exciting. You expect us to be a lot more disciplined than we displayed today. You just have expectations of us now. That's what we've established.
Question in middle back.
Coach, so as some of your players start to depart to the NFL, what have those messages been like as they prepare to hopefully have some great NFL careers?
Well, he got two up here, so you guys talk about that for him.
Kind of coach, we always had a professional mindset going to everything. We always try to move like a pro. So just been around him for so long, 6 years. So I feel like just every day he give me different things to people be a pro. Yeah.
You said that. I felt that. God, that's a long time.
I would say just by what he established in us and just the way how he goes about everything and the way how he make us go about everything. So I feel like that's already instilled in us. So I don't really see a big change, big difference because besides just the level of it, but everything outside of that, I feel like we had the full experience our years in college.
Final 2 questions, middle, second row.
For Coach and Shedeur, top 4 receivers in terms of production this year headed to the next level, and obviously you are as well, Shedeur, but for both of you, just how confident are you in kind of the young guys in that receiver room to kind of be able to continue the standard moving forward and continue to be productive?
Great, because those young guys played and they helped us out tremendously. So they understand the standard, they understand just overall even just playing with me, so they know out of the next quarterback that comes in, which is they're both already here, they know the standard and they know what they should be doing, and they'll be able to communicate and still have contact with me to be able to still help them out overall.
Final question.
Hello, Chris Miller, SI. Unfortunately, it did not end the way that you wanted it to. But more importantly, this season left a legacy not only for CU, but for college football. And being able to wrap up the season and leave a footprint on college football and how we recruit, market, and display yourselves. What does that mean to you, the legacy, not only for CU but for college football?
I don't think we consider that at all. We really don't care. We don't know what that means, the legacy. We're just trying to develop these young men, win games, make sure they're consistent men in the community with their relationships, with their families, and in school. And then trust me, to get an education. We don't think about it like that. We're thankful that we play a role in that, but that does not enter our mindset not one bit.
Thank you, Cam, Coach Shedeur.
Thank you, and God bless you all. To be here. They did a phenomenal job of hosting the persons that reside in the city. Did a wonderful job of just being a blessing, and the hotel staff and everyone. It was a phenomenal week for us. We're not happy with the results, but we're happy with the journey of getting here and being here and what transpired during the week. Wonderful job, wonderful job. But BYU, they're well coached. They did a phenomenal job of running the football. Special teams kicked our butts. I mean, we couldn't do nothing offensively much at all. Defensively, I think we had some sound stops, but we didn't have enough, and we came up short. But not to take nothing away from them, they played a heck of a football game, and I'm proud. If I'm gonna get my butt kicked, I'd rather get a butt kicked by that coach. I love him to life, man. He's a good man. Let's go.
Questions for coach or players? Raise your hand, please.
Coach Lincoln Roach, CU Independent. Tonight was the end of an incredible chapter, right, in CU football with this senior class. What, if anything, have these men taught you about yourself and coaching these last 2 years?
Patience. They taught me a tremendous amount of patience. And they taught me about forgiveness. I mean, there's a lot of young men that a lot of things transpired that you guys don't know about, you're not privy to. But I'm a tremendous forgiving person, and I absolutely love these guys. You don't understand. You never get an opportunity to see the subtle I love yous that go on between us in pregame and postgame and practice and this week's preparation and all the OBs, original buffs, how thankful and appreciative they were that they got an opportunity to come participate in a week of bowl festivity. So patience and forgiveness and just overall love, man. That's what they've taught me.
Back row.
Coach, I know you guys are big competitors and everything else. You talked about your relationship with Cam and Shedeur yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
How do you try to, I don't say minimize what just happened, but try not to have that overshadow the journey and everything else you guys have accomplished in 2 years?
It won't. That's a wrap. It's over. They on to the next. They're gonna have tremendous careers. They're gonna move on. They flush it. They may analyze on the way home. I know Cam is gonna think about it, then he's gonna think about plays that he made, or plays he didn't make. But they're gonna flush it in their own to relax a little bit first and foremost, and get their bodies back right for preparation for combines, pro days, and I think Cam is going to East-West game, so he has to stay focused on that as well.
Question middle.
Coach Prime, we saw an emotional father at the beginning of this football game with your sons there. You knew this was coming.
Mm-hmm.
When did the reality hit, and how special a journey has it been? You had an opportunity that not many, if any, had.
When we walked, I mean, when we did our walk and Shiloh was there and looking across the field, and I'm seeing Cam and I'm seeing Herm and so many other guys that been on this journey with us, man, that's tough. I mean, I've been knowing this young man for a long time, and he's been balling out for a long time. And just the consistency that he has, and then my sons, man, like this, that's tough, man. I mean, that's tough to know that that's it. And that walk won't happen again. That's tough. We've been doing this for a long time. And you recollect just the times in youth league and seeing them lay out uniforms in my closet, getting ready for the next game. And they used to have 100 wristbands on his wrist trying to stunt, I mean, it's all those things I recall.
Middle, the front.
Shedeur and Travis played late into the game, regardless of the final score. I just wanted to ask what went into that decision, what it says about their character to play.
Go ahead, Jordan, right here.
Yeah, we started, so we had to finish it. That was simply it. No matter what it was, if it was the other way around and who was up, we were still gonna play regardless.
Front row.
Hey, Coach Cam, Shedeur, I just want to thank you guys for just, obviously playing today and obviously, making the move to come here with Travis, your brother, your father, Cam, you coming from Jack State. I just appreciate you guys coming for one. And that's all I really want to say. No questions for me.
Question, front, Brian.
I've got two questions for Shedeur. First off, can you allow yourself to feel some of those same emotions your father's talking about, or are you too much of a competitor to, you're mad about what happened out there tonight?
What emotions are you speaking of?
As far as like this being your last game playing, for your father.
Yeah, I mean, the reality and all that hasn't kicked in yet, so we're just focused on, what happened out there and how to fix it and go in the off season and know how to prepare and get back healthy.
And the second question for you is you talked this week about trying to figure out that BYU defense and how tough it was going to be. Obviously, they were really good tonight. What was it about their defense that was tough for you guys to figure out?
Well, we started to identify, we started to get the rhythm of things, but we just wasn't connecting overall, and that's what stopped us overall as ourselves.
Front.
Hey, Coach Shedeur and Bail and Weissup. How has it been having the new recruits be with the team this week, and what do you think the importance of giving them that experience is?
It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful seeing the guys come in with a hunger. They kind of caught on how we get things done. I know I talked to one guy. I was like, all right, it's your first time getting yelled at by Coach Prime, so you getting broke in. So, but these guys come in. They way more humble than I thought. These guys very quiet, just trying to listen and learn on everything. So I'm be happy for these guys coming in. They're gonna do some big things.
Middle, front.
For Kim and Shedeur, just what has it meant the last 2 years, to put on the black and gold and represent CU?
It meant everything. It's meant everything. Just to be here and be able to play on this wonderful tradition. Play for Miss Peggy, play for all these wonderful fans. It's been everything. Just to grind again with my coach, man. Grind again with my Coach Prime, Coach Hart, Coach Mathis. These guys, I've been with these guys for a minute, so it meant a lot to be successful with these guys one last time.
It felt great representing Colorado and bringing it back to where it was in the past. And we kind of, I'll say, relayed the foundation of the program. So now it's able for the other players that's coming in to take off and pick up where we left off at.
Front on the end.
For Shedeur and Coach Prime, where did you feel like you struggled offensively tonight? Was there anything they were doing specifically?
Everywhere. Yeah, it was nothing that we did great tonight.
Ditto.
Any other questions for the group? Middle.
Sir, I can hear you.
Get on the mic, please.
Tonight aside, the 2 years that you guys have had here, how will you look back? This is basically because you're coming back. So this is for Shedeur and Cam. How will you remember your time in Colorado? I know you talked about what an impact, but how will you remember it when you look back?
I think about the work. I think about the brothers, man, the brotherhood we built. I love those guys in the locker room with all my heart. They mean a lot to me. So I think about the brotherhood when I look back on it in the way that we bond and had so much fun.
I think time away would, because right now we're all in a situation and we just came from a loss, so that's kind of what's on the forefront of our minds. But I'll say, within the next week, and when we're all separated, when we're all not together anymore, then I feel like I'll go back and be able to think about those times.
Hey, Coach, Nikki Edwards, Hughes Sports Report. When you look at the work your coordinators did this year, Pat Shermer and Robert Livingston, what would you say about their body of work and their resumes stepping into these new roles?
They did a wonderful job. I'm proud of them. I love them to life. They know how to communicate with all our young men. They really put them in positions for them to be extremely successful. And I love where we're headed. I'm proud of those two. Not just those two, the whole staff. And I'm pretty sure a couple of them going to come in my office about elevation because people are going to want them on their staffs. And that's what we're here for. We're here to advance people. Either get terminated or elevated. It's going to be one of the two sooner or later.
Question second row.
Coach Harrison Simeon, Scobo Sports. A 9-4 season, a Heisman winner, and plenty other accomplishments and improvements across the board from year 1 to year 2. What do you think that you've established in the program that you can carry on and take the team to the next level?
Expectation. We've established expectation. So now you expect us to perform a certain way. You expect us to win. You expect us to be exciting. You expect us to be a lot more disciplined than we displayed today. You just have expectations of us now. That's what we've established.
Question in middle back.
Coach, so as some of your players start to depart to the NFL, what have those messages been like as they prepare to hopefully have some great NFL careers?
Well, he got two up here, so you guys talk about that for him.
Kind of coach, we always had a professional mindset going to everything. We always tried to move like a pro. So just been around him for so long, 6 years. So I feel like just every day he give me different things to people be a pro. Yeah.
You said that I felt that. God, that's a long time.
I'll say just by what he established in us and just the way how he goes about everything and the way how he make us go about everything. So I feel like that's already instilled in us. So I don't really see a big change, big difference because besides just the level of it, but everything outside of that, I feel like we had the full experience our years in college.
Final two questions, middle, second row.
For Coach and Shedeur, top 4 receivers in terms of production this year headed to the next level, and obviously you are as well, Shedeur. But for both of you, just how confident are you in kind of the young guys in that receiver room to kind of be able to continue the standard moving forward and continue to be productive?
Great, because those young guys played and they helped us out tremendously. So they understand the standard. They understand just overall, even just playing with me. So they know out of the next quarterback that comes in, which is they're both already here. They know the standard and they know what they should be doing, and they'll be able to, communicate and still have contact with me to be able to, still help them out overall.
Final question.
Hello, Chris Miller, SI. Unfortunately, it did not end the way that you wanted it to. But more importantly, this season left a legacy not only for CU, but for college football. And being able to wrap up the season and leave a footprint on college football and how we recruit, market, and, display yourselves. What does that mean to you, the legacy, not only for CU, but for college football?
I don't think we consider that at all. We really don't care. We don't know what that means, the legacy. We're just trying to develop these young men, win games, make sure they're consistent men in the community with their relationships, with their families, and in school. And then trust me, to get an education. We don't think about it like that. We're thankful that we play a role in that, but that does not enter our mindset not one bit.
Thank you, Cam, Coach. Shedeur.
Thank you, and God bless you all.
All right, so that was the last press conference that he will hold, with Shedeur at quarterback. I want to show you guys something. As you see right here, well, you can't really see it, but I have to show you. Right here is you have quite a few players for Colorado going to the East-West Shrine Bowl game. Shedeur is playing, Shiloh, Will Shepard, LaJohntay Wester, Cameron Silman Craig, Jimmy Horn. They're playing in the Shrine Bowl. So I'm going to be checking that out. That will be Thursday, January 30th. East-West Shrine Bowl at AT&T Stadium, the home of the Dallas Cowboys. So that's where their next game will be, January 30th. So they get to play one more game. They get to play another game in 2025 right there. So East-West Shrine Bowl game. And then after that, they're getting ready to prepare for the Combine and Pro Day. They're going to be preparing for it, getting ready in the off season, stuff like that, getting prepared for the next level. As far as where Travis, Shedeur, and then will end up, they saying likely is that Travis will end up in New England. That they said that's the likely spot, but we got to wait and see. Shedeur, either the Raiders or the Giants, or Cam Ward, the Raiders or the Giants, one of the two. I believe those three are getting picked first in the draft. Shedeur, Travis, and Cam Ward. That's what it looks like for the draft. And so we'll see where they end up. But as far as so they got Silman Craig look like he's gonna definitely obviously play on the next level. He's a pretty solid player. Shiloh had a really good game today. I see him getting drafted as well. Pretty solid. He had a really solid game today. Those 2 interceptions, but I call it interceptions, but they didn't call it the first one because it was a penalty. But he was at the ball today. He played his butt off today. So look for him to make some noise at some point. And we're going to see what the other's going to do. Get prepared, work out hard in the off season and get ready for Pro Day. I'm not sure who's invited to the Combine yet, but I would suspect at least 1 or 2, 3 of them be at the Combine. So we'll see. But for right now, man, that's it. That ends a chapter. Shedeur only coach was Coach Prime his whole life. Now he's going on, hopefully to the New York Giants. See, I can get to go see him. So yeah, the New York Giants, we'll see. We'll see. New York Giants, I could see that. They need a quarterback. They got to address that quarterback situation. They need one bad. So but overall, this season, I thought they had a really good season. They exceeded my expectations. I said the bottom is 8 games. They exceeded 8 games, and they got to a bowl game. They came up short. BYU looked good, though. Man, the trenches, you see BYU trenches, they were big, they were skilled. And they have at least 1 or 2 players on that defensive line that's getting drafted. So overall, good team. They're well coached. Their quarterback for next season, they said he could be top 5 quarterback next season, which I saw that today. He looks pretty good. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. You said if you don't excel in college, you won't excel in the league. But they excelled in college. They certainly did. They excelled in college. Oh man, we got a bunch of okay, I see what we got here. Okay. All right, so I let me put on let me do something real quick. I see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no hate CU channel, man. So I'm sorry I got to do it to y'all, but hold on. Hold on now. Hold on. Y'all, y'all welcome to your hate, but this ain't no hate CU channel. You feel me? It's not. I mean, you win some, you lose some. That's just what it is. You win some, right? You win some and you lose some. All right. So that should have taken care of that right there. So yeah, that should have definitely took care. Let me see, did it? Let me see. Hold on one second. Subscribe. Yep, that should have took care of it. Yeah, that should have took care of it, man. Y'all off the hook, man. They had a good season. You said why I'm mad? I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not mad at all. Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. And you win some, you lose some. I thought they had a really good season. Now, don't get me wrong. Now they got spanked in the bowl game. Don't get me wrong. But you know what I'm saying? They had a really good season, and I look forward to some of them in the NFL. I don't even really watch the NFL like that, but I'll be watching it this year, just because some of the players I enjoy watching. Like that, to see what they do in the NFL on the next level. The next level is the next level. So we're gonna see. But take my hats off to BYU. They were well coached. It showed. They were well coached and they did what they had to do. So, but I like the fact that the starters played though, because like last year the bowl games, I know USC was in the boat. Caleb Williams didn't play. Some players they don't want to take the risk, but they took out insurance policies. Like that. You said it's still trolls in here. Yeah, I know, Miss Innie, I know. But it is what it is. But definitely that's the end of their college career, and I enjoyed watching them, man. Even since Jackson State, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the ride. Now they off to the next, man. That's it. They off to the next. You said Shallow can't tackle. He won't get drafted unless Prime call a team up. You ain't see the game he had today? He had a really good game today. You didn't see those picks that he caught? Yeah, man. Let me not focus on the hate, man. Let me not focus on it. What's up, DJH? I'm glad you here. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, is it going? Sabrina, how you doing? But yeah, man, I focus on the positive, you know what I'm saying? So I enjoyed the season. I really did. I really enjoyed the season. You said, wait a minute. Sounds, let me see something. Sounds a blit. Shallow. Oh, he's sitting up there hating. Yeah, let me go ahead and take him out, yo. He's sitting up there hating, right? Yeah, let me go ahead and send him to the bushes. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, go on to the bushes. Yeah, go ahead. He said a pure hater. Damn right, Christy. Yeah, it's been a wild ride for the past 2 years when they entered Colorado. But I enjoyed every bit of it through Bucky's camera. I really enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to what's new. I know Bucky going to be busy in the off season. Because how he gonna be there? He gonna have to, follow Shedeur, getting prepared, stuff like that. Travis have his own camera crew, so hopefully he vlog, like that. But he got his own camera crew. But this is it. This is the last time we're gonna see him interacting, like as a team like that. So it's kind of bittersweet. I know it hasn't hit. It hit prime. He know this is it. And just the whole pre-game ritual, him walking up and down with Shedeur. I enjoyed all of that, man. I really did. I really appreciate what they brought to the table. I really did. I don't give a damn about the win. I appreciate what they brought to the table. Of course, they want to win, but you said no hate, but Bucky needs to get a. That's hate, Roz. Why you say he need to get a life? It's because of his camera. Why all this was made popular. It was through his camera lens, because no other team is really letting you in the behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a reality show. So it was thanks to his camera and Darius Sanders from Reach the People Media and the pregame show with Uncle Neely. That's what made this pop. Because other than that, nobody would have been watching the game. It's like a reality show. You know what I'm saying? And in conjunction with all the other vloggers, it really is like a reality show. It really is. It's a football reality show. And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And shout out to the players, man. They I know they be hinting at me because I had made a live chat a long time ago, right? And I was talking about how entertainers be buying jewelry and stuff. I said this. I said entertainers be buying jewelry, but they don't know it's moissanite. And now all of them saying moissanite now. Yeah. And it's a whole big thing around the moissanite. Like some of these chains they wear with all the diamonds and stuff, that costs like millions of dollars. But what they do is they use moissanite. That's an industry secret. And when I made a whole big show on it, and then they start repeating it. That's hilarious. Then they start saying, "Oh, hey, what's up with your moissanite chain?" It's moissanite. It probably is moissanite, man, for real. But it ain't too many people got that Liberace jewelry. If you remember that, yeah, they heard me say it, DJs. That's where they got it from, because I'm the only one that said that. They listened to me. Because I remember somebody went into Bucky live chat on Twitter one time. So Max be hating and all. He said, no, Max is cool. So they do listen. And I know they do because anytime I put out a video, it ats all the team. I at them. I at everybody. So yeah, they heard the moissanite comment. But I didn't mean it as like joking on them. But it's a fact. And I know what moissanite looked like under the microscope. Because I spent a career under the microscope. That was like my profession. I have since retired from all that. But as you can see right here, you see that microscope? You see that was back in 2008. You see that microscope right there? Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Oh yes. That's me when I had long hair. They go to microscope right there. That was during the holidays we were eating. But yeah, man, I know what moissanite looked like. It looks like diamonds, and also it tests as a diamond in a diamond tester. And that's why I started talking about moissanite. They hilarious. They make jokes about them like, yo, what's up with your moissanite chain? No, the camera is needed, Roz. I don't know if you been watching them like since the beginning? No, that camera is necessary. And they have a whole production, but besides that, with the interviewing and stuff, who you think edit all that stuff? Bucky does. He edits all that stuff. Him and Darius. He do a lot more. He provide footage for Travis sometime. He provide footage. They do a lot behind the scenes, and it's part of the whole thing. They grew up in front of the camera. You remember when they had the reality show? Remember when Coach Prime and them had the reality show when Shiloh and them was younger? They always been in front of the camera. That's a part of it. It's just it's a reality show. It really is. They turned it into that. That's what made this pop. That's why we're watching it. That's why there's so much interest in it. You know what I'm saying? Whether you hate them or not, there's still good interest in it. It's still good interest in it. So, and that's the reason. It's because of that camera. No other college is doing that. That's why they're always being talked about. It's because of that camera. Yep. So the camera is needed. That's what make this work. Because if they get rid of the camera, that's gonna lose that. It's like people might lose a little interest a little bit because they like the behind the scenes. Jess, look at Jess. He's Shane Coates #1 fan. He said Shane Coates #1 draft pick. He played the game, Jess. You see him? He played in the game. Yeah, he is doing what no one has done. Like he's bringing it turned into a reality show. And that's the reason why we're tuning in. Everybody watch Well Off Media, whether you hate it or not. Just like the whole thing was going on with Travis, you know, like people feel like they know him. They feel like they know him because they watched the behind the scenes. They feel like they know him enough to tell him about his personal life. Which I had to say, you really don't know him like that to be chiming in on his personal life. You know, just keep it football, right? But why do people feel like they need to comment on because they watch the behind the scenes? It's a reality show. You said they triple team him, they Jess. Danny triple team him. Well, he's NFL then. If he getting triple team, he's NFL. But yeah, that's why all this is working. Because of that camera. That's why it's working. And we need the camera. Hell, if he need help, I'll help out with the camera. You know what I'm saying? Because he gonna need help because he got to follow Shedeur in NFL Shiloh. He got to do that type of content. Maybe he'll link up with Travis every now and then. You know, to see what the life like is behind the gridiron. You said Juju doesn't want to be bothered with that. Trust me. Yeah, some players don't like the camera, which is okay. But you got to understand, though, if you're coming to Colorado, that camera's going to be on. That's a part of it. For me personally, if I was a player, I love the camera. Because you know why? Because I'm going to use that to increase my social media like Travis did and make more money. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, I understand some people don't like the camera. That's your prerogative. I understand that. Me personally, oh man, I'll be doing all type of interviews. Guys come with me behind the scenes, getting prepared for the season. I'll be doing all types of work. I'll be marketable as hell. You know, that's just me. You said Travis not going for that. That's why he has his own channel. Well, yeah, he got his own channel on his camera and stuff like that. But see, here's the thing. That's what made him who he is. Like, that's what made him all popular. You know what I'm saying? The social media following, this and that. That's why people always thought they could tell him about his life. Because they watch it all the time. You see? So it's a gift and a curse. You know, you got to know how to deal with the media. You got to know how to deal with the comments, stuff like that. Yeah, it's more exposure. You know, more marketable, more NIL money, you know, stuff like that, NIL endorsements, you know. So it's a good thing. You can make some money up there if you got a good following. You can build your following like Travis did. So, it's very important, especially if these kids looking at NIL deals. You have to be marketable. You have to have a social media presence already. Look, Colorado already have the platform. All you got to do is be down with it. Man, my platform will grow up there, yo. I'm telling you, I know about it. Okay. I'll be doing what Travis doing, playing the video games, doing different things, and day in the life of Travis, stuff like that. People want to see that. They want to see it because Colorado already provided you with the platform. You said negative comment after negative. I know I'm looking at him, Christy. I don't know. It is. It is negative after negative. We don't, this ain't a bash Colorado channel. They know that. That's why I had to change the settings. This ain't no bash Colorado channel, so they can go ahead with all that. But the reason why it was a bunch of people in here because just after the game, and it's always like that after the game. You get a rush of people in, and they quickly leave. The haters will leave. I had to put on my Bush settings. I call it Bush monitors. I had to do it for subscribers. I had to do it like that. So apparently, Roz is a subscriber because when I put on the Bush monitor, he's still here. So he's been a subscriber for a while. But happy New Year's to you, Christy, if I don't talk to you. Now, what's next? So news on Colorado I'll be covering. I'm going to be covering them preparing for the draft. I'll be doing reactions to Bucky's videos, stuff. I do my reactions after he upload. I wait till 24 hours after he uploaded so he get all his views in. And then I do reaction to his videos. I'll be doing more of that. As they get prepared for the East-West Shrine Bowl game, I'll be looking at that. Just seeing what they're doing in the offseason, stuff like that, looking at the new players, the transfer portal. So you're going to have some players going to transfer portal. So I'm going to be covering the transfer portal and pro day, NFL combine, and the NFL draft. And then after the NFL draft, they're going to be preparing for their spring ball, right? So it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on, and it's continuous until the season start. It's continuous. But see, here's the thing. When the season start, I'm going to be covering Travis, Shedeur, Shiloh, different Silman, Craig, whatever NFL teams they go to. I'm going to be covering the news surrounding that. So it's a lot going on. So I love it. I love it. He said Shane Coates going to the Chiefs. He ready. He ready, Jess. He ready. Man, they could have used Hill Green out there today, but he going to Alabama. I'm sure they paid him a bag. Sure they did. But anyway, guys, let me get out of here. I appreciate you guys. That's the end of the show. I will definitely be back with the news and different things like that. Now they're preparing for the off season. So it's going to be exciting because see, Bucky travels around, so we'll get to see what they're doing in the off season. So I look forward to that. And yeah, man, all news surrounding Colorado we're going to be covering and leading up to the season. Draft and all that. So it's going to be cool. You said Shane signed with Puma. Shane ready to go, man. Jess, my question is, who you got next year? Who are you going to get by next year? Because first is Shane, but Shane leaving. So who you got for next year, Jess? And the crazy thing is Jess is not a troll. That's just his thing. That's like an inside joke we got. It's like I look for him to do all Shane Coke stuff. So who you got next year, Jess? Who are you eyed on next year? You got to have somebody in mind. Because Shane going to the NFL. So I look forward to that, to see who you got. You say coming back for a sep. No, you said NFL, Jeff. You said NFL. So you said NFL, so we're going to be looking for that. But guys, I'll catch you next time. I might go live on the other channel. as a matter of fact, I might go live. Do y'all got my other channel? Let me give you the link to the other channel. I'm live over there every day. I'm covering this Diddy stuff. Apparently, Diddy had a breakdown in jail. Did y'all hear about that? Yeah, he had a meltdown, folks. He don't had a meltdown. You said Jordan Seaton was getting, but yeah, this is freshman year. That's this my other channel. So subscribe over there. Catch me over there. I'm over there all day, every day. I'm covering the Diddy situation. And he had a meltdown after Christmas. So I might go over there tonight. I'm gonna see what's going on, see if there's any news breaking. I'll be over there later. Well, actually, I'll be over there in a little bit. But anyway, guys, thank you for joining. We will be back soon. Y'all have a good night. If I don't talk to you, I'll catch you later. Oh, wait a minute. Jess said Ben Finisette. That's who you got next? Okay, you got Ben. I figured you're going to have Ben. Okay. So, yeah, Ben is who you're going to be targeting next. Okay. All right. I'm going to be waiting for that. All right, y'all.